Hey, it's Tuesday. Maybe it's January 17. I don't know. I never know what day it is, but I just sat on the porch like a psychopath waiting for the Amazon guy, and he brought me my new vlogging camera. So this will be the last little bit recorded with my iPhone that I've been using to make videos for YouTube for almost a year now. I started recording last February. It's mid-January. And I did a bunch of research. I follow a lot of people on Patreon who have like resource lists, which I think is a great idea and I want to implement someday, soon, hopefully. And they all use the same camera when they started out. So I was like, perfect. And I read reviews, and it's great for starting out. You can't hook up, one thing, you can't hook up an external mic to it. This was $621. The one that you can was like $750. And I'm like, for me, that's not enough of a reason to spend an extra $125. So, and I film in a very controlled environment. Here I am. And the reviews were like, this is a great camera for starting out for vlogging. And I was like, cool, because that's where I'm at. So I had it's somewhere. I have done photography since high school. I actually had my little photo business for a little bit. So I have a DSLR. It's very expensive. It's more expensive than this. It was like $800, but it doesn't autofocus, and I can change all the lenses and whatever, but wasn't working for me. So I got this guy. He's supposed to be smaller and more like transport friendly, and I think it'll be good. And then I have the memory card because I did photo. That was the point of that. And I have a tripod already. It's not the greatest tripod. I don't remember how much it was. I've had it for 1,000 years, and but it should work. And there are all sorts of tools you can buy for overhead filming and stuff. I still have my gooseneck like holder, where it's this big arm you can pose, and then you can like hold your phone or whatever. I'm betting it'll hold my camera. It holds my switch. It's wide enough to hold my switch when I want to lay in bed sideways with like my controllers and I don't want to hold it. Highly recommend, by the way. But so I think you should be able to hold this too. This is heavier. I think it's gonna be bigger than I thought it was. But I'm really excited, and let's unbox it. And that'll be the last I record on my phone for vlogs. Intentionally. Some like on-the-go stuff, or if I forget it, but for the most part, I'll then switch over. So the camera was more the size that I originally thought than when I got the box, so that was great. I need to read the manual, still haven't done that. But it came with a battery and a pack, and I'm gonna charge it up and get ready to go. So, good things. But it is heavier than it looks. Like, it's a chunky guy, which I think is a good thing. And here we are, recording with the new camera. Very excited. I'm so lit up and bright. I'm very pale, I realize. I knew that, but like now I'm like, wow, you're pale. That's okay. It's great, and like if I move around, it stays focused on my face, which is cool. I have to retrain myself to look at the lens and not up top, but I don't know, it looks pretty close. Like, yeah. So I'm excited because now I can do more filming. I don't have to worry about, back up. I'm excited now because I get to do more filming, so I don't have to worry about filming on my phone and then people calling me and interrupting the recordings. I can use my phone while I'm recording, which is awesome. So I use my phone to pack a lot of orders, because on the app, you can see maybe that I have all these pictures where normally I don't, because on the website version it doesn't have it. And I can have like a workaround, run the app on my computer. But this is easier to carry into my merchandise closet, grab stuff, put them in a pile, take it with me. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the quality. My videos are gonna be better quality now. And I don't have to scream. I think I can talk at a normal register and it'll pick it up. If not, you'll know because you're watching this. But yeah, so today I have a pretty open afternoon. I'm really excited because I haven't had an open afternoon in a while. So I'm going to take my sketchbook, and I'm going to do a bunch of vlogging, brainstorming stuff because I'm really excited about this new camera. And I'm not the biggest fan of this sketchbook. It's really, really small. I used to work like half this size, but I want more space to do my thing. And I can only get like a couple drawings per page and I have to move on, and I like not interrupting the flow. So we're gonna fill this up with some vlog ideas. And so I'm gonna put on, Tiffany Tan just posted a new vlog to her Patreon for early access. I'm gonna watch that while I sit here and brainstorm and just have like a relaxing, pretty journaling afternoon. I have my big set of mixed media stuff. Let me show you that. So here is my box of mixed media stuff, and it's full of fun things. So I'm going to use some of this to make a very pretty vlog plan, and I would like to do one a week, which is not plausible. It's not a good goal because I know it's going to be too much, but I would like to film something every week and then have it compile into a video. So I feel like that's more reasonable because I'm doing art stuff all the time. I just have to actually film it. So mixed media fun in my sketchbooks. And let's do some pretty vlog brainstorming. Hey, I finished planning out my vlog stuff. I took a ton of notes. I did some brainstorming and some research, and I think I kind of overwhelmed myself. And I was like, I'm gonna like look at my phone for a minute, and because I started to be like, like how much can I fit into my week? And I'm already super busy. So I love this idea of doing these kind of like little vlogs where maybe I'm talking about something specific, or it's a really quick like 10-minute video versus my like 20 to 30-minute vlogs. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I have a whole list, and well, you saw it, but I'm gonna type these in and organize them by category. I don't know what these categories are gonna be yet, but they'll be something, who knows, not me. But then I tried to put it into my calendar, and I got really overwhelmed because I was putting too much on my plate. And I like everything being super organized, but if I over organize my life, I get stressed out. So I kind of went back and forth and then decided I'm just gonna do one thing a day. And if I have more time, I can do it, and if not, that's okay. Because overworking yourself makes you make bad art, which defeats the whole purpose. So now for the rest of the day, well, it's only 3, okay. So for the rest of the afternoon, I'm gonna do a comic strip or 2. I need 2 more for January for my Monday comic strips I do. And so I'm gonna work on those, and then whatever the evening brings. I wanna do some sketchbooking. I was gonna go for a walk, but now it's going to rain, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow instead. But yeah, let's do some comics, and I'm gonna work on my iPad because it's faster, and I have my scripts all set up already. So let's go do some comics. A goal I set for myself for 2023 was to do 1 comic a week, and I had the stupid idea of doing it like 1 a day for a hot second, and I was like, that's insane. Why would you do that when you're doing all these other things? So once a week has been really good. I can kind of batch create 3 or 4 of them in a day, an afternoon maybe, and so they're set up for the month, which is nice. And it's been a good consistent thing, but also not draining. Like, I look forward to doing it, which if I really like doing something, I do it a ton, and then I kind of burn myself out. Which I guess another word for that would be hyperfixation, probably. Anyway, So this comic is about reading a ton over the weekend. It actually happened. We had a snow day or something, and we were talking about what we accomplished over the weekend, and I was in school, so everyone was like, oh, I got this project done, I got this project done, I got this project done. I was like, I read 83 chapters of manga, and some of them were impressed, others were alarmed, but you know, you win some, you lose some, and I think it was Beastars, which I'm actually rereading right now, so that's kind of funny. But sometimes I sketch these out in my sketchbook just for some, I don't know, I get stuck doing the undo button sometimes, but then if they're really simple, just doing it directly on my iPad first is actually faster. So I flip-flop, but one per week has been really good for me. And a goal that's challenging, but not overwhelming at the same time. And now let's do some sketchbooking. So this was a drawing I did with colored pencil that I was really disappointed with. Like, I wish I'd done it with a watercolor pencil so I could blend it all out. But then I remembered you can use a colorless blender alcohol marker to break up the wax and pigment in colored pencils and kind of blend them all together. So that's what I did, and it turned out better than it was. Not great, but not bad. But then you'll see in a little bit that I did decide it wasn't good enough, and I took watercolor to it anyway, despite this not being watercolor paper. And I do think that helped. Still not in love with it, but it made it a little bit better. So I wanted to talk about these sketchbooks real fast. So they're from the Sketchbook project, which has been discontinued, but it was essentially you buy a book and then you can mail it back in, and it travels around the United States in a traveling sketchbook library. And I bought them. Obviously I didn't finish them because I still have them. And I have an ocean one, and I got to about here in what looks like 2018. And then I got to about here in probably the same year, 2018-ish. So I've decided to work on these because it's really different than my normal sketchbooks. They're really like finished out, and I kind of miss playing with a ton of mixed media. So I thought now is the time. So I have that big mixed media organizer that I kind of made myself a couple weeks ago now, and I'm gonna work on them. I don't know when they'll be done, if they'll be done. Some of them are a little abstract, some of them are a little not, but we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna work on sky. I have this idea, there's a plane, sorry if you can hear that. I have this idea where, I'm not sure this one's quite done yet, but I'm gonna do a campfire, and the smoke is gonna be like stars, like a night sky. So I think I'm just gonna do like a big red, yellowy blob and then draw the fire in it, and then have the smoke come out in ink. So, well, let's get started. Hello, it's the afternoon. I just finished lunch and I finished my freelance for now. It's a good time to sketchbook before I work on some video editing. And I am going to draw this. It is a little, it says French yogurt. I really doubt it's French, but it's a little wee yogurt by Yoplait, and it's got this lemon stuff in the bottom. And I have had a couple of them. I'm a real fan. I think it's really cute. So I want to draw it. And as I said, I have 3 sketchbooks started, which isn't great. It's not awful, but I like to have 1. But so I have 3. And I kind of want to do a yogurt cup still life thing in each of them. Still life is a strong term for what I'm planning on doing in the themed ones, but in the main sketchbook I want to just do kind of a little still life. I don't think any surroundings, just the little yogurt container, because I really like the colors, which is weird because I can't remember the last time I wanted to do a still life. I'm not sure I've ever wanted to do a still life, but I'm in the mood and I brought a bunch of new media into my studio and my home away from home studio. And so I think I'm gonna do that in this one, just like as is, with some like nice bright soft colors. I have my markers and some paint and stuff so I can make a nice color. And then in the ocean sketchbook, I want to do an ocean theme yogurt cup, so full of ocean or shells or whatever. And then in sky sketchbook, I want to do a sky version of it, which is gonna end up looking like Miyoko's work a little bit, I think, because she does a lot of liquid sky in bottle stuff, but I'm gonna try to put my own spin on it. So let's jump in. I'm guessing each of them will take me about 20 minutes maybe, so maybe an hour of sketchbook time, but I will report back when we're done. So let's go. Hey, and there we are. I'll put a picture of it that's not blown out with light in this area, but I think it's cute. I like it. It's not well drawn. Like, it's not proportional to what the actual thing actually is. It's a little more flared and stuff like that, but you know, it's cute. It's fun. I like it. I'm gonna do a couple more. The next one I'm gonna do the ocean one, and then I'll do the sky one, which I may or may not record. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do them and kind of like zone out, and then I'll talk about them at the end. Hey, so I'm all done. I did 3 of them like I planned, and I did the original, which I understand that's really washed out. Let's see if it'll focus. Ooh, cool. So that's the original, which I think is my favorite because it's simple. I'll put them up here too as I talk about them. I like my yellow marker a lot. I think it's really bright and nice. So, and like I was saying, this one isn't the most proportional compared to what it could have been, but I kind of like the flared base. It's also very Yoplait to have that flare, so I think I subconsciously was doing that, but I like him. I think he's cool. Then I have the stars, which I kind of went back and forth on the ocean and the stars because I was like letting parts of them dry. But I went kind of like a lava lamp inside, which was fun. And then I painted the outside around it black with acrylic paint, which I haven't done in a sketchbook for a while, but with this one being so mixed media from the beginning, it felt nice. So I did that and I let it dry, and then I did the ocean one, and then I came back and put the yellow stars in. But I liked how that turned out. That was cool. I kind of wish I had rotated it like 45 degrees, maybe 35 degrees, to have it kind of have that like floating aspect a little bit more. And then my ocean one was kind of like, I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to just be filled with water because that's lame, or fish, because fish yogurt sounds awful. So I was sitting here and it's raining outside, and I was like, oh, what if like water like pooled on top of the lid? And then I was like, what if there was a boat? And so the boat I was contemplating keeping in there from the beginning, or pasting it over, because that way it would really stand out. I'm glad I did the collage element, which you saw a little bit of, because even though I told you I wasn't going to film, I lied. Just because I thought that was really cool. I haven't done collage in a while. And I do need to take some Mod Podge, which is like a sealant, I guess. You just put like a really light coat over it, and it kind of adheres it to the paper. It's like laminating without lamination, I guess. But I really like how that turned out. And I was drawing the boat and it kind of ended up as a lemon shape, and I was like, that's even better. It's one of those little happy accidents, which I don't get with digital art because I just undo it and then redo it, but happy accidents happen in the sketchbook all the time, which is great. So I like that. I do think I like the original the best, just because it's cutest, but I like the concepts of the other two as well. So that's my sketchbooking for the day. I'm gonna work on editing some other videos now, and what time is it? It is, yeah, it's 2 o'clock. So I'm getting kind of into the evening. I'm gonna start losing light out my window, so I probably won't record anymore. Yeah, so thank you for coming along with this vlog. It's the end of the week, so it feels like a good time to wrap it up. Thank you to my patrons who make it possible to make these videos. You guys are great. If you're interested in behind the scenes or merch club or whatever, you can find that info in a link somewhere around this video, probably below. And go check that out. There's different tiers and stuff. But thank you to my patrons. You guys are great. And I hope everyone has a great day. And I recommend the Wii yogurt. I'm not sponsored, but I'm gonna eat my yogurt now. So have a good one. Bye.